Yo, 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 yo. What up? 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 What up, folks? Welcome back to another edition of Mike on Sports. Got a special guy in the building today by way of Detroit, Mr. I Am Boxing, Mr. Made in Detroit, Mr. Former WBC junior middleweight champion of the world, my brother from none other than Tony Harrison. What's going on, my big
brother?
Big
how you feeling, baby?
I can't call it, man. How you living, big dog?
Taking it a day at a time.
Already, man. Well, look, man, I'm gonna just go ahead and hop right into it, man.
Let's do it.
Some stuff just happened, man, last night. I want to get your reaction to it. So you know, Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney got this big press tour going on. A lot of back and forth in the media, a lot of back and forth over social media. And Ryan Garcia, I guess last night, early this morning, released some sparring footage of Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney, and we all can speculate, but more 9 times out of 10, it probably came from Floyd Mayweather. I just want to get your reaction to it and what you thought about Ryan leaking that out.
I mean, Ryan did exactly what he was supposed to do. I think he's supposed to do everything possible to kind of shake up Devin's mentality. So I think he doing exactly what he got to do as an opponent. You know what I mean? So I think it's all. I think it's fair. I think it's fair game. It's not a low blow. I'm pretty sure he wasn't there to watch it, so he had to get it from somebody. So the moment he got it, it's all fair game. So
what does that do to an opponent though? Like Devin says he was like, I believe like 16, so he wasn't really like too much sweating it, but in the media it's like a big thing. All right, everybody doing shows about it. So does that like mess with a fighter's psyche going into a fight like this with Ryan Garcia?
No, like if I'm Devin, like no, I'm feeling the most confident in the world. You know what I mean? Like Devin has proven over and over again that he's probably one of the best top 3, especially around that weight class in the world. So I don't think it bothers him or nothing like that. So yeah, he was 16. Yeah, he even made a loss, but that's what great fighters do. That's what great fighters take on. I was like 21 when I sparred Gennady Golovkin when he was knocking everybody out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even saying I got the best of him. He got the best of me, but I was in there. You know what I mean? Like I was in there, and I competed each and every round. I'm pretty sure he did. Devin did the exact same thing though. So understand that Devin at 16. This is why Devin is just this good now. You know what I mean? Like his father put him through some treacherous situations like that, and he came out a fine young man.
Now, before this storyline happened with the whole sparring and stuff like that, Ryan made some headlines by saying, you know what, man, I'm a person, I'm human, I smoke, I drink, I do it, and I'm a bad dude. What's your reaction to a fighter openly admitting that he smoke and drink? And is that something that he may need to like distance himself from, or is some people different from others?
No, I think now I did see the post of Ryan smoking weed, which is totally fine to me. I think it's totally fine. Ryan is a fighter, but he's still human. You know what I mean? Like that's the reason why I don't want my kids to fight, because it's gonna take away from them being kids and them being human. And that's what the fight game is doing. That's what sports is doing in general. Like it's taking away from people being humans. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you shouldn't smoke and drink when it's time for you not to smoke and drink, but when you smoking and drinking and you ain't doing nothing on the side, I don't see no problem with that. You know what I mean? Like I like if it's just a casual thing. You know what I mean? Like we ain't in his camp and say he's smoking and drink every day, or he's an alcoholic, or you know what I mean? He's just a user. Like we don't know all that, but all we seen is him hitting the blunt a couple of times or taking a couple of shots to drink. I don't see no problem with a grown man doing grown man things. It's all about preference for me though. So I just think like once again, Devin is doing his job on his side. You know what I mean? If he finds some leaked pictures of him in the thong, you leak it. You know what I mean? You find pictures of him smoking weed, you leak it. You know what I mean? Like, they fighting fire with fire. At this point, they fighting fire with fire. I wouldn't be surprised if something more deep came out.
I mean,
as of now.
some did kind of pop up, like people had a problem with, and Devin even addressed it at the press conference. Ryan's father made the comment to Devin, to Bill Haney, saying that his hair was nappy, and Devin took that as a racist comment. What was your reaction when you heard that?
Man, everybody need to get out their feelings. Like, I don't know why everybody in their feelings. Like, this is everything is everything is a shot at war. Like, when you go into war, you don't hold the guns. You let them all out. So for somebody to say that's racist, nah. I just think I don't know what kind of propaganda everybody putting on their side, man. But let fire be fire, and Devin started it. I mean, not Devin. Ryan started it. Devin retaliated. Now, Ryan, you know what I mean? It's going back, but that's what makes for a good fight.
All right, man. To wrap it up, man, real quick. Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, April 20th. How you got it playing out?
I got Devin winning. I like Devin. I like Devin.
Just saying Devin winning because he's more accomplished in the sport, or is he like more
No,
skillful? Or
I think Devin is just all around more skillful. I think he's just all around more skillful. I think not only is he a lot more skillful, I think he's not with Eddie Reynoso, who he was with like for a ton of time. He goes over to another great trainer, which is Derek. You know, Derek's style.
yo, Tony, I think his thing went out real quick. We'll just there we go. Got a phone call?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
Yeah, it's all good. Now you were saying Derek James style.
I think it's just gonna take a minute, man, for us to see the best Derek James and Ryan Garcia. I think it's gonna take a minute, as we seen Ryan's last fight. Ryan looked like a goof his last fight. Trying to show the role. I think Ryan has spectacular talent. I just don't think he realized what's spectacular about it. I think he's still trying to figure it out himself. But I think he got spectacular talent. I just think if he roll his spectacular talent, we roll with his speed and roll with his combination. But if he roll with what he does good, and not focus on what he doesn't do good, I think he'd be all right though. But I think he's focused on what he doesn't do good, and he turned into a defensive guy fighting the last guy that he fought. You know what I mean? Granted, he got the win, which is always priority, but he just didn't look like the old Ryan Garcia to me.
Let's just say Tony Harrison could predict the future. When you throw Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, Shakur Stevenson, and Javante all into a bowl, in 5 years, who you think is going to be reigning supreme that can call themselves the best fighter in the sport?
Damn, that's tough. I think it's tough. I think the three-headed guys that will be on top, the three-headed guys we got to be able to choose from will probably be Devin, Javante, and Shakur. Those will be the three guys I think battling it out. I think it's only one guy on that list that has the it. It's only one guy that has that. No matter, you can't fall asleep on this guy at no minute, no second, no point, and no fight. And that's Tank.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, let's get to Tony Harrison, man. I see that the gym renovation looks like it's coming along very, very well. Let's just talk about that real quick. I seen that you were on the news in Detroit raising money for the gym. How is that coming along, and what plans do you have for the gym?
I mean, I'm a long way away, man. I'm actually a long way away from how I envision my gym looking. You know what I mean? I think this at some point when it's all said and done, when it's all fixed up, this will be a vocal point for the city of Detroit. This will be the spirit of the West Side. Yeah, you know, we you know, like most of the stuff is hands on. I do it hands on. I get the money from a fight, I put it back in the gym. I get the money from my fight, I put it back in the gym. It's rare we get donations from anybody or anybody or anything. So yeah, so we don't soak our head down. We just keep it pushing, man, and we do it one step at a time. Like I said, my gym is 19,000 square feet. So it's it's gonna take some time for me to just do it by myself, but it's gonna get done in my mind. Once I put my mind to something, it's gonna get done. It's just a matter of how long it's gonna take me.
And if people want to like donate to the gym, like where can they go and do that at?
To be honest, probably just my cash app because I'm not a guy that asks. You know what I mean? I'm not a guy that sit around and asks people for the help. You know what I mean? I just put out the content of this is without help. This is what we do without help. This is what we do. This is what we always will continue to do this. So yeah, I don't really ask for help, but if somebody did help me, I probably would just send it to my cash app.
Right. Now, I do want to speak on something real quick that you got going on. I
Okay.
believe at the gym tomorrow, you call what it's
Tiny
called
Wars.
the
Tiny
Tiny
Wars.
Wars.
The
Okay.
Tiny Wars.
He says series amateur boxing show Saturday, March 2nd. Doors open at 2 p.m. Show begins at 3 p.m.
Mhm.
Tickets start at $20. Children under 5 and under are free. Talk to me about this, man. What is Tiny Wars and when did this start?
Well, Tiny Wars just started, man. We got a. When I say my gym is packed with a ton of fighters, it's a ton of fighters. But our thing of realization is people really only care about the older ones, the ones that are skilled, the ones that are open class, the ones that are about to be open class. Nobody really care about the beginners, and a lot of gyms around the country have a ton of beginners that they don't get an opportunity to shed the light on. So that's what our Tiny Wars is. All our beginning fighters, all our fighters with one fight, two fights, and they just get the opportunity to shine and not be overshined by when I was coming up a Rashid Warren fighting on the card. So or Adrian Broner fighting on the amateur cards. You know, like we don't get overshadowed. They don't get overshadowed with the better talent just starting off. So we get the opportunity to have 15 fights all around locally, all around from Toledo to Cleveland to Cincinnati to St. Louis. We match all our all our people up with that are newcomers, and we get the opportunity to let these guys flourish without no distractions, without no open class fighters, without no Olympic trial fighters, no top notch amateurs, and we get the opportunity to let them bring their own families in and let's rock out, man. And to be honest, for me, I think the ones that are beginning are the best fighters because they're not fearful of what the result is going to be until the result happens.
Okay. Now, also, man, how important is it for you to give back to your community? Because I see that you always, I mean, every time I look up, man, and it's Thanksgiving or it's Christmas, you
Mm-hmm.
giving away food. You doing something like for the kids. Like, how important is it to be a staple on the west side of Detroit?
Well, outside people look at it as me being a staple, but for me, I just it's really just in my heart. My dad, before he passed, my house was like the Kool-Aid house. All my boys came over there. All my guys over there. They all ate with us. They all ate breakfast with us. When my dad cooked, he cooked for everybody. When my dad brought Gatorades to my game, he brought them for each and every one of our friends. So I just grew up watching him show love, and I grew up watching him show love to each and every one of my friends. So it wasn't a hard thing for me to pick up as him being my father, and I've been around, and I was around him like each and every day, all times of the day. It wasn't a hard thing for me to pick up, so that's really just in my heart. You know what I mean? Like, the gratification I get is seeing the other party smile and cry and be joyous because sometimes they just don't have that at the moment. And for me to just, even if I don't got it, like I'm okay with giving it if I don't got it. You know what I mean? Because my thing is my quote to myself is I can get up and I can go get it again. Some way, somehow I'm gonna get it again. So it's just like I said, the gratification I get is just seeing everybody else smile on the other side of the camera.
Speaking about getting it again, man. So, what's the status of Tony Harrison's boxing career right now? Are you coming back? Are you eyeing somebody? Is it somebody you want to fight?
I mean, I as of right now, my focus is to get back in the ring. When I'm gonna get back in the ring, I don't know. Usually this sport is out of sight, out of mind, so I don't know when I get a call. Only thing I'm doing is just focusing on me day by day, and I put myself in a small prison with myself, and I'm just locked in, man. And I lock in and I work out every day, and I haven't done no boxing since my fight, and I weigh 160 right now. So I just focus on my eating habits and disciplining myself to not drink this and not take that, not do this, and after Ramadan is when I start back training. So hopefully, I'm gonna take it a piece at a time, and I'm not gonna call nobody. So if they call me, I'll be available and I'll be sharp enough to fight. But that's my plan is to go back in the fight game and to go up to 160 and
Okay, so you want okay?
and campaign there. Yeah, I think I done ran out of 154. I done ran out of starving myself to make that weight. So yeah, I plan on getting back in, man. And only thing about it is time not on my side. So the longer they wait, the longer they. I just can't come out here and accept fighting the top guy right away. But if they toss me in there with some guys and get me ready, I'm ready for anybody. I'll fight anybody.
Absolutely, I know you will, cause you'd have been in there with her, you'd have been in there with Charlo, you'd have been in there with Zoo, like you, you ain't scared to like put them gloves on and whoever the opponent is to like get down with them. What was your thoughts on Charlo and his performance against Canelo?
Realistically, I just feel like Charlo couldn't open up. So a lot of people are like, oh, you hold out, yeah, you hold out. But in my eyes, it's like it's really nothing he could have done. Like he opened up, he get caught with some serious heat, and I think he start feeling the heat from round one when he was getting hit. He like, oh, this guy's sharper than I thought. This guy's timing is better than I thought. This guy's pressure is pretty damn good. His power is A1. His speed is really good. So I just don't think it was nothing he could do. So in order to settle out right, I think he settled out the right way by doing what he did, not getting knocked out. But
Absolutely,
on the back end of it, people like us for the culture, we didn't like that shit. Like we would have rather you go out on your shield trying to knock off somebody you've been chasing 6, 7, 8 years. You know what I mean? So, but realistically, I just didn't feel like it was nothing he could do. I thought he bit off more than he could chew. He thought he could do it, got in there, realized he couldn't do it, and he didn't have an answer for it. So, sometimes fighting go like that, like, well, you just don't have an answer. So, yeah, I just didn't think he had an answer for it.
well, from one guy moving up to another guy, man. We got Keith Thurman taking on one of your former opponents, Tim
Mm-hmm.
Tsyzu. What was your thoughts on that fight when it got announced?
I think that's a great fight. I don't know why a lot of people hate on that fight, but I think that's a great fight. I think the reason you started the sport of boxing is because of this style, boxer versus puncher. I think I think this is a fight that Keith can actually win though. Like I actually think that Keith can win this fight. That's why I like the fight because as much as we haven't seen Keith lately, the skill set is what we seen, what we have saw, and I know that he has the skill set to do it. I know he has a lot of movement to do it. We know that he, got hurt with a couple of body shots, and we know Tim goes to the body, which is another great point of why we're gonna watch this fight. You know what I mean? Like I think he can go either way. I think the momentum is riding with Tim. Tim is literally throwback. He's an amazing fighter for the sport of boxing. He is like I can nod my head and say I'm happy I fought a guy who's willing to fight anybody, and that's the reason why we in the sport of boxing. There's a lot of people that won't fight everybody,
Just
but
to push
Tim is one of them.
Just to push back on that a little bit, man. Some people may say the reason why we look like what is going on because Thurman, we ain't seen him in what 18 months, 24 months. Like it's been a minute since we seen Keith Thurman fight. So with that being said, that long layoff coming against somebody as fresh as Tsyzu,
I
done
agree.
had 3, 4 fights in the last year. Is that too much, or is there something that you know
No,
from
no,
Keith?
no, no, no. I don't know nothing. But the thing that I do like when this fight was called is that the fight is at 154 and not at 147. So I think Keith gets the opportunity to not really starve himself to make that 47 after being out for 18 months. But like I said, it's boxing, it's sports in general, is just a momentum thing, and I think Tim just has the momentum. But is this a fight? I think that Keith can win. I absolutely think Keith can win. I absolutely think he can win. Will it be a task for him to win? It will be a task for him to win. But I like the fight. I like him going up to 54 to fight this fight. I'm pretty sure he was done with 47 anyway. And yeah, I like my answers go all over the place. And 1 minute I'm like, okay, Tim might do this, and then the other moment is like, oh, I think Keith actually can do this. But when I start thinking like that, that's when I know it's a good fight. Like I felt about Earl and Terrence Crawford. I felt the same way. I'm like, oh, this can go this way. Oh, this can go. Like I had a bunch of variables on how the fight could go either way. But I got the same kind of variables with this fight. But I think I think it's a great fight. I'm actually gonna go to this fight. I don't even go to fights, but I'm gonna go to this fight.
Have you spoke to Keith about Tim Zoo or like what to like expect? Have you
Well,
reached out to
you know
him?
what? No. I did. I wrote him on Instagram. He hasn't responded, none even,
Okay.
or he probably ain't seen it yet. But I did write him something simple. It was real simple though, and I'm always for my fellow, my fellow American. You know what I mean? So if anything I could do to help him out, I always want to do it. But I did write him on Instagram. I haven't gotten a response or anything like that, or I haven't even. I ain't asking for nothing, but I did write him without a response. So maybe he get the opportunity to look at this and be like, let me check my DM. So
Absolutely. One thing that I did leave off when I was like rattling off your accolades, you are a undisputed trainer. Like you train a fighter to become undisputed.
mhm.
How did that feel being in Alicia's corner and y'all doing that together?
For me, man, I love the sport of boxing, and it's easy to do a job when you love it, and that's just how
Mhm.
I feel about it. Like I told you, do you love it? I tell my son, like he playing basketball, like, do you love it? He like, yeah. Then it's easy to do it when you love it. It's easy to go back out there. It's easy to prepare for it. It's easy to look at it. It's easy to study for it, and that's what I did every time with Alycia. I studied that whoever she was fighting, I wrote it down. I studied it. And then I implemented game plans, and she looked amazing, man. And it was just good for me to get the opportunity because as much knowledge as I got from me being around my father and my father being around my grandfather and me getting trained by Emmanuel Stewart and Jonathan Banks and Sugar Hill, and as much knowledge that I have soaked in my brain, it just needed to be released, and I just had to find the right counterpartner to release it with. And I got the opportunity with Alycia to do that, and I'm super grateful because it just shows that all you need, no matter the age, you just need somebody there with you that's there to ride and that's there to grow. And I was there to grow and I was there to ride. So I was thankful for the opportunity. And I went up against a hell of a coach and Michaela Mayer's coaches, and it was three of them, three probably Hall of Famers at some point in the sport of boxing. And I came out victorious, and now that's just me going against some guys. I'm just like, yeah, I like the odds. I like the odds of me going against somebody that's supposed to be better than me or know more knowledge than me or you know what I mean, like whatever it called. But it just you know what I mean, like when it's all said and done, I promise you this, I have another champion.
Now, when you say you grateful for the opportunity, are you guys like no longer like working together?
No, to be honest, man, you know what? No, I'm not even gonna say that we're not even working together. I'm just gonna say that whenever she figures it out, she figures it out. It has nothing to do with me personally, but whenever she figures out what's best for her, then she figures out what's best for her.
Now, two things with Alycia that I cannot skip over.
Mm-hmm.
What was your reaction when the failed PED test came out with Alycia Baumgardner? I don't know what
Shocked.
she fell for. I don't
No,
want to
no, no.
misspeak.
I was shocked. I was shocked. Like when I'm with somebody or when I'm in somebody's corner, I'm around them. Like I'm not one of those guys that just train them for the time being. Like I'm around them. I sit around them. I play with them. They chill with me. I chill with them. I hang with them. I get to know that person, and that person is not that person. Like AB is not that person. Like she's a help freak. She puts the work in. Like she more as much she hated getting up running with me, I made her run. She put the work in. You know what I mean? Like there was no shortcut. We was at the gym every day, trained hard every day, worked hard every day. So yeah, how that happened, I have no clue. But I know that's not that girl. That's not her, and it was nothing for me to say because that's not who that is. So, and I can't defend something that I know is not true in my heart. You know what I mean? So it's hard for me to even say anything because I wasn't going to defend what I thought it wasn't even true. So, yeah, I think it set her back though a little bit. It did set her back because now the whole world will never believe this goddamn thing she talks about or goddamn thing or a fight that she won. Oh, now they're gonna challenge this and challenge that. So I think she set herself back just slightly from the people's perspective, but from a boxing perspective, you can't take nothing away from that girl. It's motherfuckers that get beat all the time taking PEDs. You
Absolutely.
know what I mean? So that didn't help her win the fight. She knows how to fight. You know what I mean? So how that happened, I don't know, but hey, it happened and she moved past. She got her verdict that she wanted. She did it. She spent a ton of money getting research done and getting investigators involved, and she wanted to really get to the bottom of it. And yeah, she came out, I think, successful. I think that's what I saw at least. When she wrote a little letter, she came out successful, and I'm happy for
Now, she been barking up the Clarissa Shields tree, right?
her.
Just give me your overall perspective on that fight if it does happen. And I know it's like Clarissa from like Michigan area, from Flint.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I believe it's not too far from Detroit, right?
No, no, cause Flint right down the street.
Okay. So having that being said, and having the partnership with Alycia, how would you see that fight going if it ever played out?
I don't like the fight, period. So I don't even speak on it because I don't like the fight. And do I think it's gonna happen? I don't think it's gonna happen. So I don't even
What you
speak on it.
what you don't like about it?
I don't like that these were two people that were at my gym side by side together on days. You know what I mean? Talking and going out to eat, and these were two people I thought were associates. At least I thought, not friends possibly, but at least associates. At least they smiled in each other's face. Hey, girl, how you doing? I'm about to work out. You know what I mean? When they was crossing through the gym, passing by, maybe Carissa would leave after her training, and AB would be walking in there. You know what I'm saying? So it was all cool. That's what I thought, at least. You know what I mean? I thought it was cool, and yeah, when I seen that going on, I'm just like, I don't even get into that though. That ain't even my business to even get in. But I don't like the fight because I think we all were a unit, not like in one team. But I just thought we all was cool. I thought we all was, you know, what I'm saying, we all was tight. You know what I'm saying? I just thought that what I thought and what I stand for, like Cordell Booker, that's my man. That's my guy. They asked me to fight Cordell Booker. I told them no. Not because I was scared of him, but I told him, like, that's my boy. I'm like, it's a pool full of guys at 154 that I can fight besides Cordell Booker. Give me anybody else but Cordell Booker. That's my boy. That's my guy. And it's not about money or nothing, but it's just like if I know you and I've had some association with you, and I say and I tell you to your face that we cool, nigga, take it to the bank because we cool. Like I ain't fighting. No, I'm not fighting my boys. Like, and I just feel like the pool for men is bigger, but the pool for women is smaller, which it is smaller. And I think if AB wants that legacy fight or that fight that's just gonna take her over the hump financially, it's gonna have to be Carissa or it's gonna have to be Katie Taylor, which I don't think she'll ever get to Katie Taylor. So I think if she really want to do it, she gonna have to move up to fight Carissa. And I know Carissa not going down because she's the Canelo of like women's boxing. So I think I don't like the fight, period. So let me just stop even talking about it because I don't like that fight.
Say less, say less. Speaking of Canelo, man, been a lot of stuff that happened with him recently. He just left PBC. Now rumors came out that David Benavidez said, you know what, I was willing to take a flat fee of $5 million, no pay-per-view upside.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't want to fight. What's your reaction to David saying that? And if Canelo just doing what the big dog do?
I think Canelo just doing what the big dog do, man. If I'm Canelo, do I fight Benavidez right now? I wouldn't either. And I'm not saying like on a scared note of things, but I'm just like, damn, I got some easy way to get 30 million twice. I can go fight Munguia, which is not a hardest fight as Benavidez, or I could fight Ever Berlanga, which I don't think is another hard fight like a Benavidez fight. So I just think that if the fight does come, it will probably be like a next year thing. He probably gonna fight Berlanga and fight Munguia this year. And I think strategically, I think Canelo's team is doing a great job strategically because I think after a Munguia fight and he looks, I know he's gonna look amazing. And the Berlanga fight happened, and he's probably gonna look amazing. When those fights start happening, then we start talking about Canelo like we used to talk about Canelo, putting him on. Oh yeah, this guy's pound for pound. This guy can't be beat. This guy, and I think we start getting those repetitions and talking about Canelo again like that. Then we beef up for the fight with David Benavidez, and then he maximized the money. He probably make $100 million on that fight. Whether he probably would have got 60 now or 70, he probably make $100 million guaranteed fighting Benavidez if it plays out the way I think his team think it plays out, and he dominates his next two fights like we all think he at least like I think it is from the style matchups. I think they do. I think Canelo's team is doing a good job. I think I would have did the same thing. If I'm Canelo, I'd do the same thing. Not because I'm scared, because I know one day this journey for me is going to end, and I'm gonna maximize everything I can, and I'm gonna get the most money out of everything I can. And while I'm doing it, while I can pick these fights, I'm gonna knock this guy out. I'm gonna beat this guy up, and I'm gonna look good in a stunning fashion. And then everybody gonna talk about me as number one pound for pound once again. You know what I mean? Because right now it's like out of sight, out of mind. You know what I mean? The last time we seen him fight was who? Charlo, right? With Charlo, and I thought he looked good. I just thought he had a counter partner which didn't make him look the best. But then you go to Munguia and you go to Berlanga. Those are counter partners that's tailor made for Canelo to look good, and I think they're doing a good job, man. But I think he's running for Benavidez. I don't. I just think it's a lot of strategic chess moves going on with the Canelo team, and I like the moves that he's making. From a financial standpoint, from a business standpoint, I like the moves he's making.
Knowing boxing, how you know boxing, how big of a threat is Benavidez to Canelo?
Benavidez cold. Benavidez cold. I'm not betting against Benavidez. The only person I bet on a bet would be Benavidez was Caleb Payne. I'm not betting against Benavidez, and then Anthony Durrell. But yeah, I usually I didn't even bet them other two fights except for the Durrell fight and the Plant fight. But Benavidez is just he different, man. He different, and he young, and it's like it's nothing that guy can't. It's like it's nothing that he can't go through It's almost like you can hit him with a brick, and it's like that won't even affect him. You know what I mean? So it's just like, how do you beat this guy? I think Canelo, like I said, Canelo probably the same age, 33. So I think Canelo doesn't have long. So the more he waits it out, I think the worse it becomes to fight a Benavidez. But Benavidez is cold, man. He cold. He cold. That motherfucker cold.
Now, last question about Canelo. Terrence Crawford made some news a couple months back, calling out Canelo, saying that he would love to fight him. How would you see that fight going if it ever was to materialize?
That's tight. Now that's a tight one right there. I think that's tight. I think Terrence has the skill to be anybody. I just think he has the skill and the timing to just be anybody. But is his activity rate high enough? That's my concern. Is his activity rate high enough to go to another 2 other weight class, jump up 2 other weight classes to fight a guy like Canelo? Could he do it? I think when you chasing legacy, it's nothing you can do, but that becomes a hard fight. That's a hard fight. That's a hard fight, but a pretty even one. That's a pretty even fight. Another fight that I would love to see. Another fight the world would love to see. Not something I could pick, but I'm definitely rolling with TC. Like I said, I'm my counterpart. I'm rolling with the counterpart, so I'm definitely rolling with TC.
How good is Terrence Crawford, in your opinion?
Oh, he the best. He the
best in the world right now?
Mm-hmm.
Better than Canelo, better than Usyk, better than Fury.
He the best.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Speaking of Usyk and Fury, that fight got made, then it got delayed. Fury had a cut over his eye. Usyk team called him all kind of names, scaredy cat, whatever. Fury came back. How like what do you make of all that? And is it like realistic that Fury had that cut in sparring? Like we seen the video, or is it Fury just being Fury, man, like playing games like he always do?
My thing is you can't play a cut. So
I know,
but that's my thing. Like we had conversations when I heard people like, oh, he's scared, he running. Like you can't play a cut. Like come on, like who has logic in this world still? You cannot fake a cut. You can't do it. Like a cut that big, that deep, you cannot fake that. You cannot say nobody was running. Or he got cut in sparring. He's actually sparring a guy that's pretty damn talented too. You know what I mean? And like you can't fake it. You can't fake that, man. And but it just lets you know how ignorant the world is for them to see a cut like that and to say, oh, you ducking. And all I see people saying is you ducking, you ducking, you ducking, you ducking. And I'm like, how? And I'm like, I don't even understand how ducking comes out of anybody's mouth when we see.
I mean, that's what Usyk team came out with. Oh, you scared of us?
My thing is, how do you see him being scared of Usyk when he fought the most dangerous man in the world 3 times, the most dangerous? And I'm talking about even if he beat him, he's still right now to this day, even if he just lost, the most dangerous guy in the world right now. Like he fought the most dangerous guy 3 times, but he's scared of Usyk. Like it's no logic in nobody's theory. Everybody just got a mouth to talk, and nobody got the opportunity to use the 2 eyes they got to see it for what it is. It happens in the sport that we in. It happens in basketball. It happens in football. It happens. You see guys. I seen a couple of Lions players this year tear their ACL before the game, in practice. So it happens. You know what I'm saying? Like any sport, it happens. So, but for people to say Tyson Fury duck the challenger, not the champion, but the challenger, is kind of absurd to me. It's absurd to me.
Absolutely. I was just going off what Usyk team put out there, man. It just seemed like they done had a lot of bad blood back and forth for like over the past year or so trying to get this fight made. So maybe it's just like a lot of frustration from them. This is my last question for you, big dog, man. I know I said 40 minutes and we are about right at that minute mark. Boxing is entering into its next generation, right? So in the next generation, like some fighters that I see coming up are guys like Keyshawn Davis,
Hmm.
Camille Moulton, Andy Cruz. They got a guy out there in the UK named Ben Whitaker, and also it's this kid on Top Rank that had a
Yeah, baby.
big time knockout not too long ago. Abdullah Mason. So them are
Listen
like,
to me. That little motherfucker right there. That little motherfucker cold right there, boy. That little motherfucker. I got the opportunity to work with Abdullah Mason before his last fight.
okay, okay,
His
like
dad
trainer.
went. No, I had to work with him. I sparred him. I
Are
sparred
you
him.
smart, Abdullah?
Yeah, yeah. I
Oh,
sparred Abdullah
okay, okay.
I ain't. I don't know what to tell us, but yeah. So his dad wanted him to be pushed. You know what I mean? Like because from a skill level, his skill is unmatched. The only way you beat him is if you just you just Marcus Maidana and you and somebody you in the shit all night. And so his dad wanted me to just push him. So I pushed him the first time and his dad was like, man, I loved it. He needed that push, he needed came back 2 days later, we did it again, came back again, we did it again. So that guy is special. That guy's special.
How many rounds y'all end up going?
All together out of them
Yeah,
three
all together.
days, we did like 6 rounds, 5 rounds, and like another
Oh, so,
five, probably like 18 rounds.
so y'all got it in.
No, we got it in. Yeah, we got it in.
And I believe Abdullah like 130, 135.
135 because he pretty linky. So I don't really see him at 130. He may be 130. What? Yeah, that boy he's special. He's
And
special.
he held his own with a middleweight.
Wait, what? Like I said,
I mean, I
Abdullah.
know, I know.
No,
Yeah,
but, but
so
but my thing is Abdullah knows how to fight no matter what the weight class is. The
okay.
moment you understand how to fight, you know how to fight. You know what I mean? Like I could spar a light heavyweight right now. I know how to fight. You know what I mean? I know exactly what to do, how to do it, and I think he knows how to fight. And not only that, he's 19 years old. You know what I mean? So his blood running fast, his his mind running fast. He moving crazy. So he got a lot of things working for him, man. That the average person don't got working for him. Not only that, he's 19, but skill level is through the roof. I talked to Jay Prince and told him that boy right there is the diamond in the rough that we needed to see. Like he like that. I like him. I like him.
Last question about the sparring. How would you sum it up in one word?
Intense.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
intense.
And do you see him being like out of all those guys that I said, Andy Cruz, Keyshawn Davis, Camille Moulton?
I like that Cruz dude too.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
I like Cruz too. I think he probably the only fighter in boxing that has a offensive motor where he does not let up offensively. I don't see many fighters that don't let up offensively. He one of them.
Mhm. And Tony, I can't let you go, man, before I bring it up, bro. Y'all was that close, man. Dude was waving to the fans goodbye. Hey, goodbye. How was that feeling, bro? How was I know I'm looking at you right now and I'm like, man, that
That
shit
shit
must have
hurt.
hurt.
That shit hurt. That shit
Bro.
hurt.
I swear I thought y'all was gonna do it because the way y'all was doing it in
Then
that first
listen to me.
half.
Listen to me. I think the Super Bowl. I think that game, the Super Bowl would have been easier to win than that game. That's what I think. I think Detroit was better than both of those teams. I think I'm telling you, man. You live by the gun, you die by the gun. I think Dan Campbell, man,
Kick the
is is
fall.
is nuts. I know. I just think he's nuts. I think in order to tame lions, you got to understand how to tame lions. You know what I mean? I
Mm.
think Dan Campbell understands that, and not only do we got them lions, but he lived life on the edge with them lions. You know what I'm saying? Like he not holding those lions in the cage. So I love Dan Campbell, man, but I think you live with it and you die with it because it's no way that you don't kick a field goal. Now one of those times, and we go to overtime. You know what I mean? So, but once again, we lost to the Cowboys the exact same way. We lost to
Yep.
this team today. You know what I mean? So That's Dan Campbell for you. You got to ride with him. I'm riding with him, so and
And
I think our year's coming.
are you by chance at your new spot?
I am.
You
That's
you
exactly
you
where I'm
right?
at.
You 482 Hookah Lounge grand
That's
opening?
it. That's it.
Okay,
No, it ain't no
okay.
grand opening, but I'm chilling there. I'm watching the games and the Philadelphia game on right here, the Timberwolves game over here, and I'm just chilling. Came to eat my food, and I came out here to chill.
When you open it up?
Grand opening was about a month ago, but I've been open probably like 2 years before that. Like it
Okay,
wasn't like it just was officially like just
got you.
chillingly opening.
Well, Tony, man, I want to thank you for your time, bro. I do appreciate it. Thank you for knowing saying get with me. Took a little while, but we finally got it done.
Yeah, not a
Uh,
problem, man. You talking to the ghost, man. I don't do interviews and nothing
I
like that,
already know,
so
bro. I
at
already
least
know.
I'll
Trust
do
me.
it with my dog. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
hey, I've been asking Tony to do an interview for about a
Uh,
year. He's like, nah,
uh,
not right now. But finally, we got it done. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna send it to my people over there at Fight Hype, bro. And I do appreciate you, big dog. Anything you want to shout out before we let you go?
no, not a problem, my man. Everybody just tune into the Tiny Wars going on that Super Bad Fitness tomorrow. If you're in the city of Detroit or around the neighborhood, come in and stop by and see us. Just shout out to Fire Hype. Shout out to just all our fighters, man. Everybody just stay locked in, man. As a fighter, just stay locked in.
Well, Mr. Made It in Detroit, Mr. I Am Boxing, Mr. Tony Harrison. We appreciate it, big dog, man. Have a good rest of your
Love, my
night.
brother. You too.
Yes, sir.